will be starting on the T side as they look to try and aggress towards A. Right off the bat, they do have the bomb. They've got a smoke and a flashbang at their disposal, should they so choose. And you assume that's going to be tossed towards the jungle area, which it will be now. Flashbang still in the hands of Sophic as the T's start to spill out onto the side. The P2000 from Magix actually connects the headshot, and he's able to fall back. They're playing for the retake.
And the T's are getting aggressive, but the CTs are set up for that exact factor. Idis balance in the corner, they never knew, and there were 3 in the window. What a mess. Dexter, nice kills, nice trades. It's made this one doable. That bomb is ticking, and Magis is coming in from behind. He's got the round. Nice stuff from Spirit. I love that triple window setup as well, right? ESPADA, they smoke off the front of Con, which shields them from short. It allows this open bomb plant, but it also means that a lot of the time when you see that, you see T's try and take control, try and get into window, because that position can be so valuable in terms of, you know, cutting off B rotates firstly, but also being able to flank CT, being able to play your post plant from that position, drop mid, fight connector, lots of options available. So Spirit, like you said, playing for retake, 3 players waiting in the window, they deal with that aggressive post plant. ESPADA, a force buy in the second. I do like it. Look at the amount of guns it's provided.
More brutal, isn't it? You lose the first round, but if you get a bomb plant, you're actually coming through with a better arsenal of weaponry. You may be able to argue. AKs and Galils up against M4s. There isn't a P9 in there, and there's the early headshot. Dexter taking down Magix with authority, and there's the second, trying to point towards his teammates to say, push with me, get that bomb down as soon as possible, and it will go down right now. The smoke doesn't plume fast enough to save Dexter's life, but he should have done enough for this round, surely, Hugo. They should be there.
Yeah. Big Deg coming in with some bigger kills. We needed him on those opening frags. We needed him going in first, and we got exactly what we wanted, even without the AWP. So, retake is on for Spirit. Not an easy round, but they're actually making it very, very good. Oh, damage done by the grenades, and Patsy's going to get cleaned up as well. Chopper's low, and the double peek from Dima does the damage from the Palace. It's going to have to be a stick on this bomb, but they are too far away, and with no kit either. It's about the kills, the missed shots. Oh, it's messy as messy gets, and it's surely an ESPADA around at this point. Mir trying to avoid the radius. He will not be able to, nor Sophic. Sundar Young and Dima get out alive, and ESPADA, they're going to win their force buy. It does work wonders. Spirit, they make that one look close, but lack of kits, getting lost in the smoke, that's not going to be theirs after all.
You hit the nail on the head. It was such a scrappy 2v2. I think there were a couple kits dropped down, but neither of the players were close to it, so they felt compelled to go for kills. And just all this smoke, it was just such a chaotic end to the round. And now Spirit do go in for a force, but the shoe is very much on the other foot. It's them that's struggling economically. It's them that's put all their life savings into this. And if they do concede, they're going to be in trouble. ESPADA again, just walking out on A. Clearly, they have read some kind of weakness over here. And they've got entries. They're going to have a post plant.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of these like fast approaches where T's are just going for contact plays in this. Oh, dear. Contact plays in this game, like just fast pushes and trading. We've already seen a lot of good individuals here on this T side. And they want to showcase that. Chopper. Oh, dear. Now he knows where Dexter is. We're going to want to reposition. Doesn't want to get 1v. Finnegan has the connector on lockdown, and it's the scout on short side, too far away to have any say in the matter. And it's just going to be a save here for Idis balance. Guns scavenged out by ESPADA. 3 AKs kept by these Ts. And looking to build in the game off the back of that bomb plant. You know, we always say this, and it's always true. You win the pistol, you know, that's good, but it's not as good as winning the second round, especially if you win it on the T side. And that is for the fact of firstly, well, look at the buy that ESPADA had in that second round, but also it completely resets the CT side. And Spirit are never going to be able to field a buy in the third round that is as good as the second round for buy for ESPADA after losing pistol, if that makes sense. So yeah, Spirit now full eco, broke again, got to take a breather, got to give away a 3-1 lead, and they really have no choice.
It is down to that man again, Idis Balance, that over on Nuke with his AWP in the round that we said was so integral, so important. He was able to get it done. I think they were trailing 13-9 at that point. And now with the Scout, not quite as dire straits, but certainly a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Here's another A hit. And this is almost conditioning to Spirit going forward, that if they keep hitting A, eventually you're going to take over an extra player, maybe stack 3 or 4 players on A, and that's really where ESPADA can try and get mid or B control instead.
Yeah, right. Get in your opponent's heads, start playing the mind games. Didn't see a lot of that on Nuke, but Raj does tend to it. Very easy to throw fakes in on this map. Oh dear, this could get messy. He's got to look for exit kills here in the middle area. He's got an SMG, so money is a must, and that's his motive. Does get tagged by the scout, but oh dear, very clean kills. Eventually dropped, but you know, ESPADA don't care. It's not like Spirit is saving anything. Even if they get away with the Mac-10, the Scout, etc., they're upgrading these guns. So I like that from Dexter. Oh, I thought he was going to drop his AK to go for kills of the Mac-10 to make the money. Like, that's really sweaty. Penny pinching, potentially, but instead it's just going to be the AK saved. ESPADA with a 3-1 lead, and Spirit coming in with their first proper rifle round.
Absolutely. Rifles and AWP is going to be sacrificing utility, and there are no kits unless some Young picks one up, which he does. He had $400, exactly enough. So they are going to have to do it by Hugo. Yeah, I respect that as well. I think a lot of players would maybe skimp and go for an extra nade or flashbang, but they are going to have plenty at their disposal. If it does go into the later stages of the round, I do worry a little bit for Spirit, unless they're very conservative, and they have already tossed away a lot of those nades. But there's the first pick. That bypasses and nullifies a lot of what I was just talking about, helping the CTs tremendously.
Yeah, I think Spirit was so ready for that, right? You said it earlier in terms of how many times ESPADA just gone for these quick A plays, going for fast ramp approaches. I mean, Spirit are ready for exactly that. And kits, Vince, man, the amount of times I see the best teams in the world go into a rifle round and choose a smoke or an HE or a double flash over a single kit, over one kit, is actually ridiculous. So it's a bigger problem than maybe people realize, that teams sometimes just, you know, it's not commed. Okay, I'm getting a kit. Oh, nice shot. I disbalance doubling. That's the bomb. They have to go back for it. He won't let them. And I disbalance 3 in the round. Will shut it out as soon as it starts. Blink and you miss it. It's a second taken for Spirit.
Second taken rapidly, but also only at the cost of chopper, so they can easily replenish that gun. It's allowing their economy to build a little bit, as much as the CT's economy can. As you said, starting in such a way is always going to be brutalizing for them, but ESPADA straight back in with their own buy. Neither team, great economically speaking. This is a very important stage in this match, right off the bat on our second map. And I did once again with the first pick. Last time it was ramp, this time it's through middle.
Dexter who is exactly what IDisbalance is saying right now. Like, this guy is getting out-aimed, out-orbed in round after round. So despite a brilliant start to this map for Dexter with multiple kills out of that A ramp, he is now not being left in all too pretty a picture. It's a B play, but look at the stack. Look at the rotation. Spirit have 3 here, and counting the AWP as well. IDisbalance, right place, right time, might not even be needed. He gets 1. Mir follows up, and Sopvik's going to bail as his teammate tries to go back towards the A site where only Magic sits.
Oh, Magic, this could backfire, and it does. He spins around, but it's too little too late, and that's going to give ESPADA a chance. They over-rotated away from A, leaving Magic's all alone. Mia watching on connector. As a smoke going to be fired in again from ESPADA. They're looking to push on. They already have Finnegan to pivot off, so you'd think that maybe a bomb plant will be forthcoming. Plenty of time left as well, so Spirit aren't completely respecting this, but they have the flank. Mia's coming in from behind.
I thought they were going to push jungle for a second there, but they're actually just setting up for the post plant. This AWP is going to be in a rough spot because they're not going to give him a kill firstly, but he's got to clear a very close position. Play a nice shot from Mir. They weren't ready for the ramp wrap. He set his sights on T-spawn and went all the way round. And now Finnegan, if he can get into con on a good timing, he can win this round. But IDisbalance is not allowing that to happen. Somebody Young going to smoke the bomb, and he's got the spot as well. Good stuff for Spirit. He comes to them, and well, they will find a third round. I like the idea for ESPADA, right? Get out of that B site after the trades go favorably for Spirit. ESPADA realize they're walking into a triple stack. They use the fact that Finnegan's already out on A to take that bomb back elsewhere, and they get a plant, which does give them money, but money ain't going to save your bacon here. It's an eco round, and Spirit's chance to take the lead once again.
Definitely respect the idea and the plan, and it was really the only way of getting close in the round. Had they just pushed out on B, it would have been a massacre. Like, you're not even looking at a bomb plant. They would have taken any weapons away from Spirit. So completely agree with the decision. Just doesn't quite work out for them. And now 3-3, as you mentioned, we do have some Deegs and not too much else. So this is Spirit's golden opportunity to build up their own economy, to get this round clean and start to go in the right direction.
Oh dear. I love the spot. I love a top connector above the smoke. The T's can never see you, and even if you just get a glimpse, an idea as to where they are, you're going to get the kill there. So Sunday Young starts it off, and Idis Balance continues in his efforts. It's 2 left up for ESPADA in just an instant. This eco is getting swept pretty cleanly. If Sophic can get a kill here, that'd be nice. He's caught Mir looking the wrong way, but only a dink jump shot won't connect. And oof. You hate to see that. Finnegan on a long way away from home. And Chopper might just send him there.
Moving around into Mia with the AK-47 now. 1 bullet, he's dead. Not going to have the team ace. Unfortunately, Magix wasn't able to claim a frag, and now Spirit will be into a 4-3 lead. ESPADA back into AKs. Can't afford the AWP for Dexter. So I'd like to see what he's got up his sleeves. I assume he will be picking it up. And actually goes for the AK. So goes for a more mobile approach with full AKs and full utility.
So I imagine they're playing around the fact that they don't want an AWP here, but that also, you know, hints that maybe he's struggling inside his balance and doesn't want that battle. I don't blame him. It's a fast play out of A, though, and that's really why he's staying away from the AWP. Although in a post plant here, like, I feel like an AWP is so good at sending it in behind a rifle on ramp. Like, maybe the rifle dies to the CT AWP, but then you can post up, and if you get the bomb down, it's so good. But regardless, they need the bomb down for that to happen, and Magix won't let it happen. He's going to get 2. Jump across for Dexter, spots the AWP, but oh, the flash is good. Luckily, blinded shot does work out. He relies on it, and he's put ESPADA in a post plant with a 3-on-3.
Could it work with the AUG from Magix, who still stands tall? Is actually on for the ace, potentially. Mir going to go for the spray. Hefty damage to Patsy through the smoke, but Dexter is going to keep this round in favor of ESPADA. Flashbang through the remaining CTs are thinking of pushing through here. They're all going to have enough money to go for a buy in the next round regardless, but now they're starting to dip back with that AK-47. They're still thinking about this. They're still going in together. They want to make sure they get the counteractive kills as fast as possible. They have the kit, but now that Magic's life is deemed forfeit from Sotfik, that should be all she wrote for this. Mia gets 1 more of a consolation kill than anything else. We're going to be tied up at 4-4. It's just whether Mir can survive or not with his AK, and it's looking likely that he will, but solid round for ESPADA after losing 3 in a row.
Yeah, I think Spirit hoped that ESPADA would have backed off from the site early there. Still going for it very late, but ESPADA still had like players at default just ready to swing off of info, not even off of like the flashbangs that ESPADA were throwing. Dexter also saves Idis Balance AWP, so that's a big pickup there. $5,000 for free for ESPADA. So let's see if they can get value from that weapon. Dex is going to take it towards ramp early. Idis Balance won't challenge back. He's instead inside of the palace, and Sunday Young made the cross safely. Oh, this is messy, and it will work wonderfully for Finnegan at least. Doubling down towards the A site. He's going to try and fight towards palace, but Mia already denying the AWP out ramp. There's more where that came from. Patsy's crossed towards a Tetris. He won't let Mir get out alive, and a 4-on-2 ESPADA. They just need to tie the bow. They need to commit here as a unit into the site. But Spirit have rotated both players here.
I wonder how much impact Demon's going to have, because he's moving through connector. If both the CTs are focusing their attention over on ramp, this allows Dima to move in, and there's the double spray. Well played by ESPADA. Regained the lead. Most of these rifle rounds actually have been a little bit scrappy for Spirit. They've been struggling.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of brute forcing up towards A. It's always annoying to deal with. Constantly having to play retakes, knowing that, you know, if you go too early or you go too late, you're going to lose the round. You need to time everything to perfection, and you know, some things are out of your control. I actually really like this buyer. I would have preferred armor behind it for Idis Balance. If you're going to full send, then full send, in my opinion. You know, get an AWP on an eco, but really make sure you don't lose it. And yeah, hey, we saw him win a round on Nuke with this exact buy. You got 2 opening kills in secret. His team picked up the guns and then they closed it. So there's a world, there's a reality, but on a map like Mirage, you are going to struggle, right? Because ESPADA, they can go anywhere at the drop of a hat on a whim. And so if they see this AWP, they're likely just going to avoid it. And it's not going to be as simple as, you know, being able to rotate up or down a ladder to get between bomb sites. You've got to run across the entire map. And Idis Balance, he's gambled. He's gone towards B in this one. I like the idea. ESPADA have done a lot of A hits, and so Spirit are assuming that they will eventually stop. It's exactly what they did on their last eco round to no avail. This time could be better.
But the AWP ring out But Dimmer comes straight back with the AK frag, and now they're going to be able to drop down. Chopper completely caught off guard. Young picks up the puts 2 more kills. He's at least made it costly, but his killing streak will come to an abrupt end. ESPADA takes the 6-4 lead.
Yeah, nice try. Like, that AWP actually gets a hell of a lot of value there, right? 3 kills in the round, the opening as well for Spirit, but ESPADA just with a quick B rush, and they're able to trade their way. IDIS balance dropped again, so he's given an AWP. He only has 3k, so he throws an M4 over. So this was by design, that previous round buy. The reason he didn't buy armor is so he could still drop a gun over. He's playing glass here. That's nice for Spirit. As you know, it's at least made that last round costlier. So if they win this one, they're going to capitalize on their potential economic damage. Right now to fake towards A. Lots of utility. Look at that bomb, though. It's running B, and Spirit haven't rotated. They haven't moved a muscle. Oh, dear. Maybe they should. Mir missed shots, does recover. There's still a man on the site very low. Mir does deal with him, but he's being dropped on by the car. Mir, how does he do it? How does he find 3 in this round? And now it's the players who are faking on A who are so far away.
Each and every single one of those bullets in the magazine was down to his last couple bullets, pardon me, when he gets his final frag. And now Sotfik and Dexter 2v4 need to retrieve the bomb, still have time at least, and they do have the AWP and the AK. But in these kind of situations, especially as Sotfik's gone down, you can't really hope for too much. They do shut down Young on the backside. That forces another rebuy at the very least, and if he can do a little bit more economic damage, that actually could catch up with Spirit. Hefty grenade onto Mia, but he's not going to budge an inch, especially as the AWP shot rings out, and they know they have control of the bomb. There's no need to chase. There's no need to get over aggressive here and overextend.
Yeah, AWPs have been very entertaining in this game already, but Mia, oh dear, he wants one of his own. He wants another one, and he's hearing every footstep. He's already hunting down this saving Dexter, but fortunately for him, he won't find him. Actually, maybe I'm speaking too soon. Dexter just stopped in spawn, and Mia, he's still sneaking this entire way, so he's coming up right behind this dude and might be able to peek below the scope. Dexter is looking up at the apartments, and there's a very good chance here for Mia. Oh, the timing! Dexter switched to his knife. I don't know why. I don't know how. All I know is that it's going to cost them. Counter-Strike 101. Mia peeks as he looks away from the angle, and Spirit, they're going to find a 5th round.
It's interesting as well because you could see Mia looked at the AWP a couple times, almost as asking his teammates, like, do we want 2? And the answer clearly was no. So they actually don't pick up that secondary AWP that they did have the opportunity to go for. I feel like a lot of teams would have ran the double AWP setup here on CT side. It's not absolutely required, of course, but it is just an interesting little intricate detail to Spirit that they prefer not having 2 AWPs.
Yeah, and that's a surprise. There's a lot of players who can wield that weapon. Magix and Young. I mean, we've seen Young just a couple of rounds ago, but Magix will often take that AWP as well and look very good with it. So, yeah, you know, Spirit, that's fine. I guess still happy with the rifles, you know. Can't really say as to why, but maybe the answer is relying on the aggression because they pushed ramp with 2 and they found the bomb, Vince.
Yeah, bomb down, very awkward position now. They can wrap in a second player, which they have. Magix is there. AK is picked up instead of the MP9. Just a lot of wins, smaller wins for Spirit that are looking to try and build into something else. Now, they do have Patsy, who's moved into connector and got a very forward position, so he could maybe be the player, the linchpin of bringing this round back under bit of contest. They have retrieved the bomb, making sure these angles are covered, but Spirit have wasted a lot of time in the process. 45 seconds left.
A stalemate. Tick-tock goes the clock as the bomb gets towards his palace position. There's the lurk, sorry. Patsy coming in from connector will drop a man on short. There's more where that came from, though, as Mir comes in from under at the right time. This could be very, very good for him. He's caught Patsy looking the wrong way. Magix just dropped the man out of A, and now Sotfik with the bomb needs to win this fight, but Magix just isn't giving him even the time of day. He's not even considering committing, and with 13 seconds left, with 4 players on the A site for Spirit, it has to be a save for ESPADA. That is a bitter pill to swallow, and, well, it gets worse by the second. Dexter dropped, and Sotfik will get away with his gun, but it's, well, you talk about small wins. That is the smallest win possible here for ESPADA in a sea of losses. 6 rounds for Spirit. This is at least competitive, though, Vince. And I think, you know, all things aside, that is really what I wanted here. I wanted a competitive game, and we're getting that.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, Sparta really came out the blocks with authority on Nuke, and it hasn't slowed down. You know, after that first pistol, you're thinking, okay, Spirit, maybe this is where they start to lock things in, and this is where the doom starts to ring for a Sparta. But no, a lot of these rifle rounds have actually gone their way. They've always been in the thick of it. They've always been getting trades. Now it's just the 1AK, as you said, Sophic able to say, but everybody else not really able to supply anything in terms of threat towards Spirit. So if his AK can get a couple of entries, then who knows? Maybe this is in the realms of possibility, but unlikely.
Yeah, we've seen the hero guns have success, I mean, for both teams in this series, but winning a round off of it with Glocks, oof, unlikely. And as I said, all relying on that first fight. You need the opening kill. You need things to snowball out of control for Spirit, but they just won't. Oh dear, Sundar Young, it's a killing spree. He's going to find 3 from the back of CT, make it a 4th, and lovely stuff from Sundar Young. Absolutely destroying a Sparta on the A site, but only an eco, relying on the rifle was not the play, and now it's going to be a buy-up for a Sparta with obviously limitations thanks to that investment, but only Sophic limited. Everyone else can buy up AKs, so yeah, do or die right now for a Sparta. I'd love to see them take some mid-control, move away from this A site. It hasn't been working. B has been stacked a lot of these rounds, so I understand why they don't want to play that out of spawn. But right now, they're falling back into those early A grenades and then going back towards B pretty soon. And finally, Spirit, they haven't fallen for these fakes in the past, and actually they won't again. Mid decides to rotate and then sticks around for a second fight.
Oh no, Patsy runs through, checking the close angle. So Chopper, one frag, incendiary down, forcing the T's to push in. That's the bomb. The bomb's gone in first, and Chopper's still alive a little bit longer. It's delaying the push, but now Dima and Dexter both claiming kills with the AKs. They're getting the entries where it counts. Able to smoke off Idis Balance, who takes a ton of damage, but the T's still don't have control of the bomb. They're going to have to traipse across to the other side and maybe fragged in the process.
Yeah, scope and then footsteps heard. They've got the info. Nice shot on the flick. What a kill from Idis Balance, but the trade is imminent. And now Magix doesn't know, at least not clearly, that Dexter's cross. He's got to be considering it. Bomb picked up and the peak is perfect. Magix comes in late and will close the round for Spirit. 8 up on this CT side. And yeah, wow, what a flick from Idis Balance. He may, only have 9 kills, but he's had some very important ones on this B bomb site. His rotations have been really, really good. And often, here when it's Sparta go for the rushes, are there any ideas left? Because every round has seemingly been a fast round for a Sparta. They haven't stalled the clock out, it feels like, for some time. So I'd like to see them try and, work a position on the map and try and wait for Spirit to make a mistake rather than just contact playing bomb sites all game. That's really what they've just gone for most rounds. And Spirit have had, 3 players on A when it's been A, 3 players on B when it's been B. So there's not really much left up to the imagination here for a Sparta.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We haven't really seen them take a lot of mid-control. We've seen a couple players come through underpass to get into connector, but that's by and large it. But Dima just walking straight out from ramp, getting up so much ground, but punished from Idis Balance, who's now turning his attention back towards the windows. Dexter moving into connector. There's 2 kills in the blink of an eye, go down in Esparda's favor. And now Magic's going to try and hold on with the AK. What a shot onto Dexter that is. That turns this round on its head, and Spirit going to end in winning ways. 5 rounds in a row, 9-6 halftime score.
Yeah, that was excellent. That's a lot better for Spirit, right? Like, Nuke may have been a bit of a sloppy one, especially in the first half. They were losing. They had to recover. They had to pick up rounds and eventually close it out in their favor. But this isn't a comeback story at all. This is Spirit manhandling a Sparta, having the reads, players playing well, trading. And now all of that in mind going into the T side only bodes better for Spirit. The Sparta, it may be their map pick. They're going to have to show us why.
Spirit on the T, pushing in to ramp, but they're actually not going to go for a full-on execute. The bomb's back at T spawn. They're very much isolated from one another. This does allow Finnegan to just rip through into ramp, get the freebie, and then pull back. P250 incursion through middle. Dexter needs to be very careful he doesn't overextend. And meanwhile, Patsy had the right idea, goes back in. Espada starting this pistol off flawlessly.
Yeah, it didn't help that the first kill was on Chopper. He had half of the utility that Spirit brought into this round. So, no one to help him out there on ramp. He was just pushed and dealt with. And when we talk about Spirit having the right reads on the CT side, Espada, welcome to the party, boys. 3 on B. That's exactly where these T's are going. The bomb is going to meet maybe a brutal death here. Quick tap the man on the balk, and oh no, that man on the balk hasn't even been seen. They don't even know. So ESPADA is just waiting, and Dima's going to go for the kill. He'll get it. ESPADA finding 7 after that pistol round, and maybe they can build into this game after all. May have been a comeback story for Spirit in the first. Well, maybe it's flipped on its head here in the second.
Yeah, and whereas after losing the pistol in the first half, it was off the back of a post-plant where they had a bunch of Galils and AKs. Here, Spirit, no plant, Deagle's Scout. Way weaker purchase. Still enough to cause a lot of mayhem and havoc if you aren't careful for ESPADA, but they've gone for 2 MP9s, they've gone for 3 assault rifles, a good mix and match of weaponry. And also walking through is ESPADA. He's going to be boosted up over the smoke. Is he going to be able to see anything? He's just jumping up and down, nothing forthcoming. And so he will decide to hold fire for now with the rest of his team. And again, they're pretty much spread across the map. They're not really chiming together and looking to brute force their way onto a site.
Yeah, I mean, around like this with the Eagles, you're relying on individuals, you're relying on players to get kills, however they can do that. This is a weird smoke from Magic's. Not seen this one before. He's going to throw it from the T-spawn. It lands in the window. It's a nice new one. Get your notebooks out, boys. Ooh, Deeg spam, it will work. It's not pretty, but the result is there. Nice trade from Dexter up on Catwalk. He spots a second as well and didn't even kill the low player. So Chopper on 7 is still standing, and the Scout looks to drop more. Oh, he sees them boosting. I wonder if that info is clear. I wonder if he knows there's 2 there. Oh my, Magic's dropping one under the balk, and now this is all coming together here for Spirit on this force by round. The ESPADA are flashing their way in. They're going to beat Spirit to the site with the exception of Magic. So there's still a chance to win this round for ESPADA. No kits currently, though.
How is Magic still alive? He's taken so many shots. Finally goes down to the hands of Dexter, and his teammates aren't there to avenge. Now, Dima seems to think that this is actually a fake. It's a ruse, and they're heading towards B. They're both rotating. It's not the case. It's going to be A, and this does allow Spirit the chance to go for the plant. They've smoked off Connector, and they're going to be walking through onto the site. It will be a post plant. They had this in the palm of their hands, ESPADA, but they completely bit down on this fake.
Oh, that's so excellent. Just the hesitation, right? They realize that, ESPADA's rotation is faster than the one through T-spawn. So Spirit go, well, let's just stop. Let's just make him think it's not here. And, well, ESPADA hook, line, sinker. They fall for it. Winnable. The Scout needs to do the damage. Chopper is so low, and a tag gets connecting, but the trade is there. Chopper, surely this is a lost round. Even with this wrap round from T-spawn, this is so difficult. And with a smoke down, a missed shot, he does recover, but now they can get on the bomb. Now they can just stick it, and there's very little he can do. It's a 10-second stick. He's got to spam, he's got to pray, he's got to hope for the best, but Dexter's got this one under lock and key. Chopper a second late to the party with that kill. If only he realized Dexter had to stick, he had no other choice, no kit.
It's a beautiful effort from Spirit, all things considered, though. And it really puts ESPADA's economy in the slums. Meanwhile, Spirit can get a buy. So it brings down that financial situation so much that Spirit on the brink of breaking them. And it's also going to be like a confidence booster. Like the fact that with the Eagles and the Scout, you nearly make it work and you get the first pick. ESPADA flicks the head off of Sotfik. Beautiful start again on Spirit.
Yeah, this Scout, on a lot of players, it holds them back in comparison to the AWP. It doesn't feel like that's the case for this dude. He's so good with it. And, well, AWP, that's on the other side. Dexter does have it in connector. You see ESPADA have essentially given up A. They want nothing to do with it. They are, not exactly convinced on a B play, but still lurking around mid, leaving a lone B player. This is a big risk, and they are not getting a reward for this one. Patsy going to need to do some serious manhandling, and he does get a couple. Nice start. Can he stay alive? Yes, he can do more. Third kill from Patsy. The lone man on B does everything they need, and now ESPADA back in control of this round with the bomb retreating. Tail between the legs of Spirit. They're going to get out of this one.
That's unreal. He gets 3 kills and stays alive to tell the tale. Down to 9 HP. As you highlight, though, Spirit decide to pull the plug. They're going to start to move back over towards the middle side through underpass. But ESPADA have read this situation. They've sent over a second player into window. It is Finnegan with his FAMAS. And moving up, the timing may work against the CTs if they over-rotate. Dexter's taking a more passive angle on the CT boxes, just going to be watching this one. And so the CTs likely will be giving up the site. No one is short. No one's able to cordon them off from the connector. And it's looking pretty poor here. Dexter, though, going to get the upper hand as a slow peek from Magix is going to spell the end of his life. 15 seconds to go. At least one kill does come back, and this is winnable, and it will be post-plant.
Oh, is he ready? Does he know? Finnegan's so close, but Finnegan might want to wait for his teammate, and that could be the right play to make Chopper getting aggressive, and he crawls into the angle. Nice stuff from Finnegan. Definitely could have been lost, but it's the instant headshot. That's the difference maker, right? Chopper spams the body, and, well, Finnegan on 9 will get it done. 18 health between ESPADA, 9-9, and what's the scoreline? 9-9. It's like a German shouting at me to, you know, I don't know. This is a bad analogy. There's something in there. It really is. There's a lot of 9s on my screen, Vince, but yeah.
I mean, like, to that last round, Finnegan's crosshair placement, Hugo, like, honestly, if you learn nothing else from today, crosshair placement is everything. If his crosshair is even slightly out of position, he dies to that M4. It's a 1v1. Sure. It's so huge.
And now, well, ESPADA, again, making it competitive. It feels like no matter what the round is, Spirit always do that, right? Like, they just run out, they get a kill, they begin things on their in their footing. ESPADA are starting so many rounds off with a disadvantage, and this one is no different. I love that. Look at how, look at the game plan. Look at the idea for Spirit. Rushing mid, 2 kills for 1. They immediately go back towards A, and they know that no matter what happens, unless ESPADA are making some crazy triple gamble stack, they're going to be favored in whatever site they go to. So essentially a 4-on-1 right now on A. That rotates coming through for Patsy, a bit of a gamble as Finnegan decides to wrap T-spawn, but Spirit, can they beat them to the punch?
That is definitely the round-defining question. Dima, AWP in hand, goes in for 1 and a second. He's not counted. His teammate of Patsy on CT does get dispatched, but he's still alive and still a real issue. The bomb's also been dropped up in Palace. They're going to have to go back up for this. This is so awkward for the T's. They're pretty much going to have to frag out from here. And they're being flanked. And
they don't know about the flank either. They're not even considering it, Vince. No one's even looking at the back line. So Finnegan coming in early, but maybe too early. Maybe he should have waited. Wasn't to know. Spirit now deal with him. They know where this AWP was. Do they know where it is? Dima flashing up. Chopper close, and he will close it. You say they need to frag out. Well, frag out is exactly what they do. Spirit finding 10. Bomb not required.
Mate, Finnegan, that whiff on ramp was so brutal. He just missed everything. And if he gets the headshot, if he gets the early kill, I honestly believe that ESPADA walk away with that round pretty convincingly in the end. That miss was huge. It forced Dima's hand to go aggressive to try and reclaim what was once theirs.
This has been a game of, you know, I don't want to say a game of whiffs, but we've had that on both teams, right? Like, both teams have thrown away incredibly winnable rounds. And right now for ESPADA, things are no longer looking winnable, at least not easily. Down to Deegs. Oh, there's the spot. What?
What?
No, that's a crime.
Excuse me? That was dead on.
The helmet, the backpack, whatever it is, the model. You won't find that in Valorant, Vince. The hitbox is bigger than the characters, but in this game, well, yeah, sometimes you get punished for being a little bit too good. This balance, he has to make it up with a flick, and he does that at least. But robbed.
Unbelievable, absolutely ludicrous. It may not end up costing them too dearly, as they did get the pick, as he said, from Idis Balance, but I'm sure he had a WTF moment as he watched that bullet sail through what he was assuming was a free kill.
He even spent like an extra 5 seconds just really making sure, like, how can I definitely not miss this shot? And he misses the shot. I don't understand.
Good old CSGO. ESPADA, 30 seconds. There is a way in which they could potentially pick this up, but it does seem like Spirit are going to bypass their stack on B by coming up through connector and simultaneously cleaning out this site. So it seems like they are going to miss that potential banana peel and take an 11-9 lead.
Turtle Shell will have to do. And there's the plant. Not even anyone on cat, right? Someone could have stopped that bomb, or at least tried to. Mir was covering it from con side, but yeah, ESPADA entrenched in B and now even further deep into the apartments. It's not going to be a lot for them to find. Mir waiting down in the dungeons. but really you're just looking to save at this point. ESPADA, this was a force buy as well. Keep that in mind, right? They, 3 rounds in a row before they eventually lost their first. You often buy up after you lose your first round of the half, regardless of the context. And so it's left them with very little. And that will be the same in the follow-up as well. So 11 rounds for Spirit, a likely 12th presenting itself here in the palm of their hand. And at that point, ESPADA are going to have to fight tooth and nail for the final few rounds of this game. Or this is a done deal. This could be a 2-0 after all. We might not ever see that third map of Dust 2 that is so great to watch between CIS teams.
It's a real scrap, isn't it, on Dust 2 every single time. They kind of highlighted it on the desk as well. It often just comes down to which players are feeling it, and there's a lot of ability on the server right now. Sometimes the team play has been a little bit questionable, but when it comes to aim, when it comes to ability, no one can really deny that these guys are very solid CS players. Middle control being taken again. As you said, force buy in the last round does mean that ESPADA have pretty much nothing to play with, barring a couple of deagles, one of which has been ripped out of Finnegan's hands, and Spirit now have a lot of choices and a lot of time in which to make them.
Yeah, they are going into the B stack, but with USPs, you'd like to think it shouldn't be an issue. Chopper's got the first, he's doubled it, he got the info as well, and the value of the stack there is kind of negated by that. You love a B stack for the reasons that people like tuck in corners and tease commit, and they don't check, or maybe they get a kill and they go, B's clear, or 2 kills, B surely clear. And then next thing you know, there's a dude hidden bench, there's a guy boosted in the site, there's someone in the market with an orb, and that's how those rounds fall apart. But ESPADA, they peek out, they try and fight the cap players, and the apartments players can see everything. So only an eco after all. ESPADA, this is it, do or die. Everything in to play for here in this round with the AWP out and Dexter. They've got to make it work.
Oh, that flash is perfect, but Chopper's not going to get 2, just the 1. So an even trade. He can also pick up the AK, just smoking down to make sure there's no more players around the corner baiting him in. So a good start, but typically 1-for-1 trades going to favor the teaser, allows them to just split and thin out the herd that little bit more, and over rotates are more likely to come in from ESPADA as a result of that.
Looking like they want to end A right now, but there's a man in apartments, so we'll see if that remains to be the case. Could always boost window, try and get a man behind enemy lines here. It's a good opportunity to do so with ESPADA not having played middle. Look at this gamble for ESPADA. This is a real stack. 3 players in B and up on the balcony as well. They're going to flash middle. They're going to push as well. Oh dear, Idis Balance. He's dropped lower. He's not going to realize this. So the info now remains in the hands of ESPADA. They know what's going on. And Spirit don't know that their plan has been ascertained by ESPADA. The rotate back out of B. Dexter taking the AWP towards the A side, but Spirit is still going to beat him to the punch. Oh, and they've got the kill to follow as well. Dima in the spawn needs to put up a reckless round.
Or just needs to build some foundations for the rest of his team to pivot off. And Patsy from the backside, as they are suddenly isolated, segregated, going to get sprayed out. Magix is the next to fall. Bomb goes with him. 20 seconds, 1v1. HP favoring Mia significantly, but the positioning may be favoring Dima. He still has to pick this bomb up. He doesn't have too much time on which to do it either. He has to go in for this. Going to be picking up the bomb, checking his angles, backs away, nearly gets caught in transition, fakes it out, wins the round with 3 seconds to spare, but that was so close.
Oh my, I can't believe Mir faked it with 6 seconds. What a mad lad. Like, that's crazy. He almost loses the round to time anyway, right? If he sticks that, he's dead. As Dima plays that to the best of his ability. He doesn't want to peek before he knows that he can win the round, from the bomb partner, from time. He doesn't want it to be a one-on-one, essentially. He wants something else in his favor, whether that be the bomb, whether that be the clock, anything, right? And he's just waiting. And the second Mir runs away, seemingly going for the commitment, is when Dima comes out and unfortunately walks to his death. Nice clutch from Mir, man. He has been such a star in this team and a real recovery for a player as well. Think back to Gambit, Mir, man. We know what this guy could do. Showed that in Vegas, showed that in many teams, but I don't think Gambit was really the roster for him. Here inside of this Spirit team, here inside of this upcoming CIS, mix, boy, has he been impressive. He's been, to me, the best player in this roster.
Oh, no doubt. He's been very, very impressive indeed. And it really has been a collaborative effort here as well, though, Hugo. You look at the kill dispersal.
Sure.
It's 19 Chopper at the top, 15 for Idis Balance. Everybody is pulling their weight. Everybody has towards 70 or 80 ADR. Everyone has a bunch of effective flashbangs, barring some Die Young. So, like, everyone is really going in the right direction.
And the ideas are great as well, right? Like, this team is not short of great ideas. So, yeah, for sure. I think this team could do really, really well here in WePlay. Like, you know, they already proved their worth in the CIS RTR back at ESL1. But, yeah, back-to-back RMR events. Looking to really pick up those points, looking to get to that major. Most importantly, that's what we're all here for at the end of the day. This isn't just for the pride. This isn't just for the cash. And ESPADA, they may have neither in this round. Certainly not proud, and certainly poor as they take an eco up against 13.
One step closer, potentially, to a quick conclusion for Spirit. Maybe no third map will be required as they look to push into the apps, and Patsy nearly loses his life, but some Die Young going to get tagged up from the Deagle through the smoke, so he's going to think better of that incursion, and he just backs away slowly.
I like that deep smoke for ESPADA. You can see it in front of Magic. They threw it from the site. We actually saw a team, I saw a team ages ago, throw flashes from B above apartments as CTs while their underpass players pushed. And so the players holding the underpass stairs from where the bomb is right now, where most of Spirit are, were fully blind because that entire skybox is open and the CTs were able to get aggressive. That's something I saw in one game and I've never seen since, and it worked really well. I'd love to see teams pick that up. But regardless, a faster B approach here. They were passive in the apartment, so the info was not there for ESPADA. They only saw one of these men. Nice Molotov burns out. Dexter Mir gets the kill. Finnegan's has crept out onto the site, but Chopper's guessed that one. And, oh dear, nice shot for Finnegan. There's two CTs now committing here. This could get choppy. This could get dangerous. And so Mir needs to pick up the pieces of this round. He's now all that stands in a one-on-one, in a clutch. Finnegan crossed to the back of the site, and Mir, he's got a drop on him as well. 4 kills. What a legend. Say his name and he shall bring the pain. 14 rounds for Spirit.
They needed Mia to put everyone on his back again, though, with the 4K. You're up against pistols. You get the first picks. You think it's pretty smooth. It's pretty comfortable. And then suddenly just turbulence hits straight in the face. And it nearly backfires. ESPADA bring that economy down a little bit. Obviously, the T side, they're always going to be winning out on that battle. And 14-9, I mean, Hugo, we are getting into make or break territory here. ESPADA have got to swing out with some wins.
Oh, Mir's been spotted, though. That's a massive kill for ESPADA. Can't think of the last time they had an advantage that wasn't traded. Spirit have been so good at getting these opening kills in the middle area, but not today. So with Mir down, really, ESPADA can just fall back passive. They're going to get aggressive. Demon's going to go out dry with no util, no flashbang behind that play, and he will get punished for it. Finnegan has to hold the A site, and he's got to do it alone as well. No support, no team, no bomb. That's what Spirit are going back for. They're going to pick it up out of the spawn and take it towards A. Magix is already coming in through ramp. We have some Die Young ready to lurk mid, and ESPADA all game have been leaning towards B on this CT side, but we haven't seen a whole lot of B plays for Spirit. So right now, actually moving to a standard setup with Dexter in the window, he can try and support mid to a degree. He's watching spawn right now, making sure they're not wrapping, and that will at least cut down his rotation into A. But a big mistake from Finnegan. He's pushed Palace, he's flanked T-spawn, he's actually coming through on ramp. He's made the right read. I thought he was going to over-rotate that one. Instead, he's going to be in the back of Spirit in a couple of seconds.
This should be it. This should be the round-defining moment. We saw him flank earlier and miss out on his chance. He won't be this time. Double spray. Bomb sprawls out into the open. And some Die Young can only really watch over as his teammates crumble around him. 15 seconds to go. Wants to make sure at the very least he takes one with him. But he may be getting flanked from the CT side. Dexter with that secondary AWP. Going to come up head-to-head. Misses his shot. That's a valuable piece of the puzzle that goes with him. And now some Die Young has the opportunity to pick up that AWP. It's going to be a peek in. Finnegan dies as well. They're going to win the round, but this is going to be a great cost to their economy going through into the next one.
Yeah, that's needless for ESPADA, right? You know where he is, you know what gun he has, and yet you still go for it. I feel like ESPADA need to focus on their own economy there. They may be in this game, they may have just salvaged a key round after 5 in a row for Spirit, but you are not out of the woods by any degree. And now you don't even have like all the money to play with either, right? You've got an SMG, you've got a FAMAS. There are holes in the defense here, and Spirit, they're going to put more. They've got enough bullets to do so. A fast A play. Finnegan tucked. He hears every footstep, but do they spot him? Do they know? The opening kill again for Spirit. Unsurprising at this point, but oh, nice spray from Finnegan. Gets to aggression from Sunday Young through the connector. He's already passed into the window. Dima has spotted it, can put a stop to it, but now has to clutch in the 1-on-2.
Yeah, and he was eviscerated as well, down to 31 HP. 1 bullet and he's pretty much done. So he's going to have to push through the smoke. Maybe if the AWP shot misses out, there's a way for him back into this, but it's looking unlikely. Gets spotted through the smoke. He gets put down 5 match points, and ESPADA's economy is in the bin.
Yeah, great round for iDisbalance as well. Opening kill, closing kill, and a 3rd in the round. Really just locking stuff in for Spirit, and they are going to be very grateful of that. One round, and as you say, 5 opportunities. And here's the buy for ESPADA. It's even worse than the last, but beggars cannot be choosers. Right now, they might choose to beg for mercy with the beating Spirit's bringing. They're going to go fast into middle once again. Up cat towards connector, every area and more. We have that deep app smoke. Actually kind of an easy lineup. I will be stealing that one from Patsy, but iDisbalance stealing the life of Dexter in the spawn, taking him off of the ticket booth. And I mean, I can't keep track of the amount of rounds that iDisbalance has found this T-sided opening kill in this half. It feels like pretty much every round he's been there with an opener.
Yeah, it'd be a really interesting statistic to see, but you can find here that Spirit, they're 3v5 in the lead, but 3 players have been brutalized. They're so low on HP, and now they're thinking about going back over towards the B side. This is where Patsy with the MP9 could do some real work. He only sees the one, so he's going to turn tail and run away. And so information has been lost. No one's playing aggressively for ESPADA, flanking again, although it does seem like Sotfik is toying with the idea just outside of ramp. But if this were to come to fruition, I can actually see a way in which this MP9 could hold the line, because so many players are low. Like, this is actually very winnable for ESPADA.
Yeah, this is very, very unlucky in the short term, at least, with Patsy just alone here. He could churn down these low players. Let's hope for that. They don't check him. Oh, he gets 1. And to think he got 3 the last time they came, and then the one time they come with low health, he can only get a single kill. Worth noting, by the way, Vince, iDisbalance is 8-0 in opening duels in this game. This map alone, 8-0. That's pretty good, if you ask me. Retake for the map and the series here for ESPADA. Everything to play for. Dima coming in through the triple burst. Oh, it's a classic, and it does work out wonderfully. Mia has not been seen in the apartments, and time is the biggest problem here for ESPADA. They got to go, and they got to go now. Dima getting another. He spots the second. Mia in the apartments playing that bomb, and they smoke it off. They will find the kill. That is going to be around for ESPADA. I think there's just enough time on the bomb, even despite the lack of kit, and they save their lifeline here just for another round at least. Hey, and you called that, by the way. You called that. I want everyone to know, Vince. You did say that ESPADA were going to win that round.
Yeah, it was positioning nicely, right? With everyone being such low HP, that retake, it always had that ability to fall in favor of ESPADA. I actually thought Patsy might get more kills from the van position, because as you said, they didn't check him initially, but it was only the 1 frag, and I think he tagged someone down to like 3. So a bit unfortunate, but hey, ESPADA hold on. They're forced Magics down to a deagle, and that economy, which was really booming not too long ago on the T side, has now been brought back to earth with a bang. So if ESPADA take this round, you're actually looking at potentially a 15-13, 15-14 scoreline.
Yeah, Spirit have realized the pressure, I guess, and have started to hold off a little more passive. Wait to see if ESPADA want to push. And there's been a lot of flanking, right? Think about it. You know, the ramp pushes, the Palace push from Finnegan. He's been very aggressive, very mobile in the back line. And I mean, this round's no different. We have Sotfik pushed middle right now. He's sat in the center getting flashed up to the top. But I mean, the only danger of that for ESPADA is, like, Spirit have already been holding for 30 seconds. You think they're not going to be holding then? So it's not a surprise when they see Sotfik flashed up the top, but they don't get anything done. He will have a chance to back out with half his health still remaining. And Spirit, it's on them. The grouping towards B and still players in T-spawn. Maybe throwing in a fake towards A again. We've seen this from Spirit, right, in the early stage of the round and then rush B, but this time they're stalling it out. And so the fact that they're going for late smokes might convince ESPADA to over-rotate. If that's the case, then this can be a very winnable round for Spirit on B.
Nades out. Incendiaries tossed in to try and counteract the push. All a ruse. Patsy up on the box, though, could be a key moment, a key member of this round. Dima smoking out the approach, going to be changing up his angles. 20 seconds to play with. Spirit need to get on the site. They need entries right now. Patsy now showing his hand up on the box. Chopper in with one and a second. That's going to be a post plant behind it. Dexter missing a sitter, and that could be such an integral moment. Gets the harder shot as Iris Balance spills out onto the site. Sumda Young holding the line, and now Chopper behind the smoke, going to be changing up his angles of aggression, and Sokfik stands in a 1v3 with 10 HP to spare. This should be the round done, and it will be the round and the match finish. And it's going to go the way that many would have anticipated, maybe not in the way that we thought.